On the morning of September 2nd, 2022, I would be back in Clemson, South Carolina early in the morning. Instead of another day of rail fanning on the Greenville District, I would be riding Amtrak 19 to Meridian, Mississippi, where I would meet my parents and head back home for Labor Day weekend, where I would see family, friends, and plenty of good trains. Amtrak 19 would have P42DCs, AMTK 167, and AMTK 183 as the power, and would arrive in Clemson at 6:26 a.m. Eastern, 19 minutes behind schedule. Once we began moving, I would turn around just in time to snag a picture of the sunrise over the Seneca River. The sun would still be rising as Amtrak 19 passed through Seneca, South Carolina. The car I was riding in vibrated a lot, so please excuse this since it was out of my control. North of Toccoa, Georgia, I would move to the cafe car to catch NS24X, which is the former NS212. I was unable to get any road numbers for the engines on this train, but I could tell that 24X had a Union Pacific engine sandwiched by two NS engines.
NS24X, former NS212.
As the sun continued to rise, I would get a beautiful view of the mountains going over Wells Viaduct south of Toccoa, Georgia. We would then roll through another one of my favorite rail fanning spots, Cornelia, Georgia. South of Baldwin, Georgia, we would pass the power for grain train NS50G. We would meet NS28R, which is the former NS204, north of Atlanta, Georgia. 28R would have AC44C6M NS4530 and Dash 9 NS9870 on the head end, while AC44C6Ms NS4502 and NS4496 would be the mid-train pushers.
NS4530, NS9870. 4502, 4496.
I would head back to my seat as Amtrak 19 rolled through Doraville, Georgia. NSP 57, which is the Doraville yard job, would have SD 40E, NS 6331, and GP 38-2, NS 5825 for power.
$58.25, $63.31.
We would overtake 3 trains between Doraville and Peachtree Station, the first of which was NSP 51 with a trio of NSGEs.
Lead engine 4310.
The second train we would overtake would be NS 153, which would have AC 44C6M, NS 4024, D9-44CW, NS 9814, and ES 44DC, NS 7616 leading.
$98.14, $40.24.
We would overtake NS 243, which is the former NS 237, before arriving at Peachtree Station. The crew would be getting on the lead engine, which was AC 44C6M, NS 4244, right as we passed. SD70 ACE, NS 1032 would be the trailing engine.
$10.32, $42.44.
After departing Peachtree Station, we would cross Howell Interlocking and then head through Inman Yard. Once again, I stress that if you want to get a good view of Inman Yard, sit on the engineer's side, the right-hand side of the train, going south, and the conductor's side, the left-hand side of the train, going north. Fortunately, I would get a window seat on the engineer's side of the train on this southbound trip. The first train we would pass was what I assumed to be NS-44R, with the power for this train consisting of ES-44DC NS-7532-9 NS-9645, C-44ACM UP-6908, and -9 NS-9667.
UP-8314. So another UP-8, another NS engine.
Further south in the yard would be a couple of good finds. NS-3495, an SV-40-2 painted in a rare Operation Lifesaver scheme, would sit alongside GP-60 NS-7120, RP-M4C NS-648, and GP-33 Eco NS-4718 at the south end of Inman Yard.
$34.95, $47.18, $648, $71.20.
After passing through Inman Yard, we would roll by Control Point Bridge, where we would meet a mixed freight heading into the yard. The mixed freight would have AC-44C6M NS-4439, leading C-44ACCTE UP-5966 and -9 NS-9818.
$44.39, $59.66, $98.18.
We would then pass through Austell, Georgia, and then be lined onto the NS East End District, heading towards Birmingham, Alabama. Rolling through Lithia Springs, Georgia, we would pass NS 923, an empty continuous welded rail train that was tied down in the siding and had -9 NS 9563 as the sole lead engine.
$96.53, I believe.
I would get lucky as Amtrak 19 would roll through Bremen, Georgia. NS Local GO1 would be waiting at the diamond with SD60E NS 6963, which is painted in a special Go Rail paint scheme. After our station stop in Anniston, Alabama, we would cross the Coosa River and continue making our way towards Birmingham, Alabama. At Control Point Holt, we would meet NS-154 with ET-44AC NS-3614 and AC-44C6M NS-4461 up front, and SD-70ACE NS-1024 mid-train.
4461.
In Leeds, Alabama, we would meet NS-10A with Dash 9 NS-9789 leading the train Longhood Ford. We would roll through Irondale, Alabama before making our station stop in Birmingham. Irondale is home to Norfolk Southern's Ernest Norris Yard, and AC-44C6M NS-4065 would be sitting at the south end of the yard. We would also cross the Alabama and Tennessee River Railroad's 32nd Street Diamond, as well as Sloss Furnace before making our station stop in Birmingham. The steam locomotive on static display is St. Louis and San Francisco Railroad number 4018, a 282 Mikado type steam locomotive that was built for the Pennsylvania Railroad in 1919 and was sold to the Frisco in 1923. The following clip shows GP38-3 CSXT 2056 leading CSX Local Y196 past the station in Birmingham. As we departed Birmingham, the crew of Amtrak 19 would not waste any time getting the train up to track speed. It is also worth noting that we had 125 passengers board Amtrak 19 in Birmingham.
I have not kept up with this phase of Marvel, but they're making me glad.
Gotta give them more funding.
Well, apparently the seats are cool.
Further south, we would meet a northbound mixed freight with solid Union Pacific power. C45 ACCTE UP7759 would lead SD70 ACE UP8357, which had a fresh coat of block letter armor yellow paint.
7759, 8357.
Well, I saw something that was like their first like two movies were in the here's something now that they're like 20 years, like 3 years.
There would not be much rail action until Amtrak 19 was south of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We would momentarily hold the main in Akron, Alabama for another northbound mixed freight. The northbound train would be powered by AC-44C6Ms, NS-4482, and NS-4426, as well as SD-70ACE and NS-1061. Note that NS-1061 had a dislodged headlight on the top of the engine.
(4482), 4426, 1061.
After meeting the northbound, we would continue the journey south, with the next location of interest being the drawbridge over the Black Warrior River. We would cross over the AGR Diamond in Bowlogee, Alabama, and see the conductor of NSA 56 riding on the rear of the train. South of Bowlogee, we would cross the Tombigbee River and the White Cliffs of Epes, Alabama. North of Livingston, Alabama, we would meet NS-28J, otherwise known as UPZLAAI, at Control Point Parker. 28J would have C44ACM UP7310 leading AC44CTE UP5601 and SD70M UP4059 on the high-priority intermodal train bound for Jacksonville, Florida.
(7310), 5601, 4859, I think.
We were doing good on time until we got to Control Point Briar just north of Meridian, Mississippi. NS-29S, which is the UPZAILA, was in front of our train fueling in Meridian, and its train was blocking the platform, which meant Amtrak 19 couldn't stop at the station until 29S was out of the way. Once 29S departed Meridian as KCS IZAILA, we would only get clearance to the KCS Diamond, where KCS's Macon local was waiting. I was later told that since the Diamond was being controlled by KCS at the time, and that it was a first-come, first-served type of Diamond, the Macon local would enter the yard first. GP22 Eco, KCS 2828, would lead GP38-2's KCS 2034 and KCS 2031 across the diamond. With the merger of Kansas City Southern and Canadian Pacific on the horizon, this will probably be my last catch of the KCS Macon Local.
Oh, you're the one stalling.
After the Macon Local cleared the KCS Diamond, Amtrak 19 would be cleared to come into the station, where I would get off the train. Due to the delays mentioned earlier in the video, Amtrak 19 would be 1 hour and 17 minutes behind schedule departing Meridian. Once Amtrak 19 departed Meridian bound for New Orleans, Louisiana, I would meet with my parents and they would take me back home. Once I got home, I would meet with my friends and we would prepare for more rail fanning the next day. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell for more content like this. Thank you for watching. Till next time.